Maybe you'll be surprised, but the biggest achievement is my family. I have a great, small for now, but a great family, and by far this is the biggest achievement. The line between failure and success is very thin, especially in the first few years. But then, once you cross this stage, you're not a startup anymore. So I would say, normally as a startup, you're always gonna be dancing with the failure. You'll have some success, but you'll also get a clear sense of the failure all the time. Before coming to UAE, I worked in logistics in Europe, but not only that, I've been already an entrepreneur there. I've started a couple of businesses. When I came to UAE, I thought that I'm cured and I'm done with startups. And I started to continue my career in logistics as a manager of one of the local transporters. Of course, 2 years after, I could not behave myself and I had to start again a company, especially when I've seen the gap in the market. Huge market, billions of dollars are spent on transportation each year in the region, and there was nothing to structure this market. I had an idea how to structure it, as I've seen it in Europe or elsewhere, and that's when I started learning. I can't brag about being the best organized or having the best plan all the time. However, I take little bit of time in the morning to understand what's the most important task, and I start with that, with one or two which are most important, and then once I finish that, or once I try my best on that, then only after I move into the other tasks that are occurring in the inbox. An entrepreneur is someone who has maybe most of its income from an unstructured work. At least more than 50% from the income should be from an unstructured work, like maybe freelancing, or a business owner, or real estate owner, or trader, or whatever, but it should be a job that is unstructured. And then I consider those people, I consider entrepreneurs. Mission and goal is not change. It's just there's different ways to reach to it. Over the last 4 years, we've changed so many. We tried paths that were dead end, and then we pivot, and then we try again until we find another way to reach to the destination. So the mission is the same: help people to get their work done easier, make life better for the people at their work in logistics. This is the mission. Now, how do we get there? There was different variations, and we're still approaching. We're still approaching the goal, but not yet fulfilled the goal. The biggest challenge is still adoption. We come with innovative technology, and then it's there, it's ready to be used, but it would slow down by adoption. Adoption from the customers, adoption from the suppliers, adoption from our team. All these takes actually more time than developing the technology. And this is a challenge. There are ways how to tackle this. However, it is a challenge not for me in particular. I kind of learned how to overcome this, but for other innovation, we have blockchain that's not yet adopted. We have many things that are already there, but adoption is much slower than the technology. Electric cars, autonomous vehicles are there, are ready, but adoption takes time. I've received so many advices, and a lot of them very good, especially when I came here in UAE, because for me it was a totally new environment, nothing that I was used with, and at that point I was absorbing most of the advices. One advice that I received is to get focused. Get focused on tiny problem and fix it. Fix one problem at a time. But whenever you fix a problem, get laser focus on that. It's a very important advice. Unfortunately, I can't hold myself all the time to be laser focused. I would like to be more laser focused. Now in this interview, I realize a lot of things that I should do better. This is an advice that I received in different forms, in different shapes from more people. I don't have a structured job. I can't tell and I can't quantify the work. I work as a pleasure. I enjoy working. I believe an average of 10 hours per day, and I can say out of these 10 hours, at least 4 or 5 will be very, very productive. Yeah, I delegate. In the first year or two, I was handling some of the channels. Now I try to clone myself in the team members and I delegate. And they continue what I've started. I do enjoy the communication, managing the communication channel. That's when you get closer to your customer. That's when you get feedback on your product. That's how you can improve. However, it takes time now. There's many communication channels, and I'm just overseeing them, and they are delegated to my trusted people. I try to put rules. It took me a while to understand that the weekend is weekend, and especially Fridays has to be off the screen, off the phone, off the computer. And this I realized maybe only 2 years after I started Load.me, and that is really a great release. That day is really needed in order to give your maximum potential in the coming week. The strength, I believe, I think out of the box for most of the problems or challenges that we face. So if everyone wants to copy something that is there, to just do the things as they've done yesterday or last month, I always challenge that. I'll try a different way. which most of the time fails. But when it doesn't fail, it might be better than other way of doing things. I think this is a quality and a strength. And as a weakness, I do tend to start more projects in the same time, more verticals in the same time, and to lose the focus on one as it should be. I think the environment, the ecosystem from Dubai is key to my success. We have one, if not the largest logistic hub in the world. We're sitting on a gold mine when we're talking about logistics. It's amazing. And to start a logistics marketplace from such a density, on such a density, it's easier. It's great. This is amazing for me. Imagine if all these stakeholders in logistics will be spread across a continent, how difficult it would be for me to aggregate them on a marketplace. Time to completion was a bit long, and this is in a way a failure. The deadlines that I set to myself month by month, I don't always reach them, and I look at it as a failure. From every failure, you learn something. So I also become faster. So I reiterate the process, and I realized that last month what was the problem. I didn't hit my plan. Why I didn't hit my plan? It's because target was too high, or it's because I didn't use the right process. And most probably, I reiterate the process, and I improve that. So I set up higher targets for next month, and so on. Wow, many things, a lot of details in the product development, in the user behavior. I had to test so many things to get the right key to their heart. And now if I'll just go back, I just start with the right process to get to the user's heart and to increase their adoption. By far, for the last year, I'm influenced by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. It's amazing how he shaped city of the future in the middle of the desert in such a short time. I admire more people in the space of tech startups. I really believe that people like Travis, the founder of Uber, change the behavior and touch so many lives. The founder of Facebook innovate the way we live and reinvent their companies year by year. I can say, before I start, I had talks with people from logistics industry, people who lived here and worked in logistics for more or less, and I've seen their challenges. I proposed them the solution, and all of them, not a single one, said it's not gonna work. All of them said this is something that we need. And they inspire. Now I can't name exactly a person, because the reaction was so similar to me. Also, once I started to build the product, immediately the executives from DP World saw the potential in Loadme, and they invested in the very first stage. Yeah, the best advice is to ignore, but in the same time to acknowledge. There's a little bit of truth in each criticism, but don't try to win or to change the person who complained. Don't try to change their perspective. Try to ignore in a face-to-face and to appreciate the critics, and then build something that will fix his problem, or try to see the source of the problem. But many times critics bring in a problem but they'll not give you the source of the problem. So sit down outside of that discussion and try to figure out what was the source of that problem and fix it. Even if it's not, looks in the beginning it's not in your it's not in your yard. You should see what's from your side that influence something else that trigger that problem. Well, each book has its own, will leave its own mark. But for the business and for starting a business, I believe Rich Dad, Poor Dad was a very well structured and good book. It showed me, what I'm doing when I'm quitting my job to start a business. It is way more structured. The sentiments and that you have, and the feelings that you have in that particular moment, and then you can handle better the pressure. Well, many. I can't really say, but I was really scared in the beginning, scared of failure, scared of running out of cash, so many things, ignoring the personal life. So I've learned how to handle this pressure. I realized somehow things will not get to the worst. Things get fixed also by themselves. And families first, and then your health, and then everything else. I don't really think of money when I'm doing business. That's also important, though money are like points in the game. You just want to get more points so you get to the next level. Though I can't look at values or accounts receivable or expenses the same way I was looking before when I was an employee. So the money from the company are really like points, like it's a different approach, different vision on that. For next, I want to launch Loadme Global. We're very close to launch a product that will hit the highest sales globally and from the market. Yeah, I do want to be remembered as a trendsetter. I am struggling so much to educate people about ways that will make their life easier, especially in the workflow, in logistics, supply chain, and many others will follow this trend. Many other tools will come, will take this platform to the next level, or they'll bring their own platform. I do believe that in the region, I was in the beginning, and I fight for this to happen faster than it would not. Yeah, my advice is try it, test it, launch it, discuss it with your friends. Don't get stuck with one idea, test up to 10 ideas, and when you feel it, that it should be started, start. Just don't keep it inside for 10 years or 5 years without doing nothing. Take these ideas that you have, or problems or challenges, and test them. Ask your friends, ask strangers, ask your potential customers, test, make a landing page, see how many subscribers you get from that. And with this process, you realize if it's a bad idea and you throw it away, or you change something in it and it will